What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Mewnbase. My name is Splat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to be a super awesome space cat. Okay, I don't know how awesome this space cat is. The space cat might be mega awesome, but there's no evidence of that awesomeness, and so we'll just have to sort it out as time goes along. In order to get another one of these, I need one of these. So there we go, and now we've got access to another hab module. The greenhouse is getting expensive, though, and so I'm thinking today what we're probably going to want to work on is the generation of more solar panels. We should have enough ore to get a few more plates out of this thing, so let's get it running. But we're going to have to find more plates before this gets worse. I am probably going to break this down right here. Yeah, get rid of that. And then we will put you right there. And then we will put another hab module right here. And so we've got two greenhouses. I say we hit it with some water, and then we hit it with a couple of other things, and we should be in decent shape. I need more wire. 2 more wires. Then I need another one of those circuit boards, because we need more power. I need more power, Rudolph. More power. And so now we got a couple more circuit boards to work with. We should be able to make a 4th solar panel. Let me see what my drain is right now. Generating 30, using 25. So that's actually not so terrible. If anything else, we might need more. Oh, it's raining. Wonder what that entails. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to think. If I use this right here, can I plant that? Those both need water. Okay. So let's take our water solution out then, and we'll melt down some of this water. And we'll see if maybe, I mean, if we've got outdoor rain that isn't contaminated by anything crazy, maybe we'd be able to turn it into some kind of, I mean, you don't need like amazingly clean water in order to grow crops. I mean, I guess on some level you're probably going to inherit a little bit of that. It looks like we're generating power a lot slower because of the rain. I will put water on you and water on you, and that looks pretty good to me. Haven't gotten a whole lot done today. That's the downside to having one of those days where you wait and you just like kind of watch to see what the result's going to be with like your tinkering and all the random stuff that you're doing. But we did get some things done. I'm going to head out to the west this time around. Base is losing oxygen. Luckily, it was right under my feet. That's the problem with having claws inside of an insulated, rubberized place, is that sometimes you pop the floor with your feet. I don't know. Cats get needy every now and again, and they got to make muffins every now and again. And when you make muffins, sometimes you pop a hole in your habitat. It's what happens. We accept it as par for the course for feline space travel. There we go. Oh, we do need more food, too, so that'll probably be good. I wonder how long it takes crops to grow inside of that little hydroponic room. We're hungry again. Let me go ahead and use that. And then we will swap over to here. That gives us some more ore to fiddle around with. I do very much wish that we got ore from the big rocks, too, because we're going through ore at just a catastrophic rate at the moment. And I wasn't even trying to be punny right there. It just kind of went down like that. That was my choice of words, and that's what I'm sticking to. We're going to eat through these batteries pretty quickly as well. But we have the stuff. I don't know if I should have more batteries or more power generation. I'm thinking more power generation is probably the wiser decision between the two. I am going to grab these scrap piles just in case I get free components or I get free circuit boards, because those do cost a considerable amount of resources in order to craft, and it'll save me on ore in the long term if I'm able to do it. So there we go. I'll grab some of these plants too. That's 1 more dinner, well, 2 more dinners, because I think you get 2 meals from every 3 of the grasses you pick out here. Luckily, the things that grow here are edible. We lucked out. We hit the major feline space travel lottery on that one. And so that shouldn't be anything we have to worry about too long term. We'll head back to base right about the time nightfall gets here. It was rainy today, so I'm expecting that our power quotient is going to be a tiny bit lower. Yeah, and I think I am correct in that regard. I think that was an assumption that looks about right. We'll grab some water out of here, and we will water both of these. It is going to lose power, though, tonight. Can I turn this off? Or is that just, like, not a thing that I can do? It just keeps generating oxygen? Okay. I don't hate that, but I don't love it either. We've got enough food here to where I'm going to go outside and craft up some vittles. I think we need to get an all-around-the-clock power source. That might be the next thing I lean into pretty heavily. We'll craft a few more waters because obviously we're going to have to keep watering crops up there. I don't know what our yield is going to look like, but hopefully it's something... So hopefully it's something big, badass, and girthy. Like, I think it's too much to ask that I pray that it just grows cheeseburgers out of the ground. But at the same time, oh, the base is losing oxygen. Goody, goody. Let's have a look around in here and see. Oh, that's leaking right there. So we got that under control. We should be good till morning, though. I don't think it's going to cost us too much. We're out of battery power, however, so our crafting day is over. If we can manage to find ourselves... God, this place is leaky as hell. back over here. There we go. We'll fix that very rapidly. That's been fixed. We have just enough water to keep this trucking for another day. We're on day 7 right now. I didn't expect to survive day 2, so I'm pretty happy with what's going on at the moment. I need a solar panel, so let me grab my little circuit boards out of here. And then we will start generating a few more plates. There's my wire, there's my circuits, there's that. I'm actually going to condense these down into nuclear fuel as well. If we can make some fuel rods. Oh, we're very hungry. Well, now we're full. All better. I'm a problem solver. My guess is that nuclear fuel is going to take a little while to distill in here, so we'll let that hang out for a little bit. With the stuff that we have going on, I am going to drill some of these rocks just to get them up and out of the way, and then we may actually work on building some cobblestone roads and whatnot in the future, too, just so that we have like a nice little homey base pad area that we live inside of. A little bit more fuel right there, so I should be able to do another stack of nuclear fuel before we go much further. There's also a water supply and some other stuff that have been unlocked further on down the list that we'll probably want to take a look at before too long, just so that we're properly utilizing the materials we have available. It is raining again, so I'm guessing power generation today is, as usual, going to be sketchy. That's one of the reasons why I'm hustling towards that RTG as fast as possible. Well, the batteries are filling. It's not so bad. Not so bad. Let me get my oxygen refilled. Perfect. Now that our kitty has a little bit of oxygen to breathe through its lovely little fluffy nose, we'll go over to here and we will grab... I can't collect from there because I'm full up. Alright. I don't need cables right now, so not going to craft those. Instead, let me unify my inventory a tiny bit. So we'll get rid of the scrap, we'll get rid of the stone, we'll get rid of that. Wires I'm going to keep on me. We have a little bit of ice left. Don't think that's going to produce what I need it to produce right now. So maybe, yeah, we'll just focus on... Oh, our plants are growing, but they need water. I will do my best to find some water before the end of the day. I don't know how much adventuring I'm going to get done, though. Let's put nuclear fuel in there as well so that we can have like 5 or 6 fuel rods that we can rely on by the time we get our RTG up and running. I'm going to head south along this little spit of land to see if we can find any more useful resources out here. It is looking a tad barren and suspect, though, and we're about halfway through the day, so we'll want to be careful about how far away from base we end up getting. We have nothing, actually. Wow. It's pretty bad down here. Maybe we get some freebies from this little debris pile. Yeah, I'll take a component. Why not? Water is also useful to me, so I will take that before too long. We've got enough of a food supply to where I'm not going to panic too much about having food available. Ore is always good. I'll take ore. I mean, it's only 1 ore, but gotta get what you gotta get. We're getting further and further away from home now, though, trying to grab these resources that we need. That's got me a tiny bit worried. Water is probably not going to hold out for too much longer unless we come up with some kind of cumulative water supply thing. Well, that was until I found this water field, I guess. This will make me a little bit more water if I can melt it down. Not going to get that pile right there because if it ends up being something like... Oh, no, I've actually got room for it. Okay, let's do it. We'll go back and we'll get it. Gonna get it, gonna get it. Awesome. Oh, and it was. Good. Well, that's awesome because electronics are always useful. The more electronics I have, the happier I am, and I'll see y'all back at base. Alright, so little things that we need to get done for right now. It hasn't gotten done with our nuclear material yet. I will keep producing plates because plates are what we end up needing, like around the clock. Plates are what I'm using for everything in the game so far. Base is losing oxygen. I'm super glad that didn't happen while I was away. Whew, lucked out on that one. A little bit of water that I can add to my stack. Oh, never mind. We'll put the nuclear material inside of there. We've got components. We've got wiring. We've got electronics. Good. All I really want to do for right now is work on my water supply. Awesome. I wonder if the water supply will collect from rain if I make use of it like that. I bet that it will. Maybe I'll focus on the water supply next. We've run out of power here, so I'm just going to queue up more plates so that I have less ore in my inventory. And then with the 5 water that I've got, we're a little bit hungry right now. It's kind of like that bored hungry, you know what I mean? Like when you're sitting around, you're not really doing anything, so you're like, oh, maybe I'll eat some food real fast. It's kind of that kind of hungry. You feel me? We're at 200 oxygen inside the building. We're going to have to wait till morning, so not a whole lot I can do until the power comes back online. The sun has come back up. And that means that things are going to slowly start to click on. The big question we have to ask ourselves right now is, do we want to make more solar panels or do we want to get that RTG done? The RTG might be a tiny bit of overkill. Like, I'm not positive we need the RTG right now. Keep them plates running. I got plenty of beams and cabers and everything else running around. But the RTG, we're going to need 2 plates. We need 2 nuclear material as well. So I'm going to have to grab some material out of this thing over here. If the RTG just functions, more power to it. I think we're probably going to have to feed a little bit of power into it, though, in order to make it work. I'll probably build it right there, because what could go wrong with putting nuclear material right next to the place where you sleep? What could possibly backfire about that plan? So there we go. That's going to use up a whole bunch of our components and a whole bunch of the stuff we have going on. But if it ends up being like an endless power supply, you will not see any complaints from me. So do I have to feed power into this? Ah, I don't. However, it doesn't generate as much power as I thought it was going to generate. So they went the opposite direction. I thought that I was going to constantly be feeding nuclear material into it and it was going to give us a buttload of power. Instead, what it looks like is it generates less power. Ah, shit, base is losing oxygen. Hold on. Gotta go fix this thing real fast. Luckily, it's right inside the airlock, so meh. There you go. Got your oxygen all fixed up and ready to go. Inside the base here, we gotta go put some water on top of our plants. There it is. The plants are nice and oxygenated at this point. And then we'll take this thing back on up to the top. Hopefully, we'll see some real battery life extension from adding a couple of RTGs then. I'll just add a whole bunch of RTGs and we'll rearrange things to make it all nice and purty. Come on, radioactive ore out of this one too. Nope, no radioactive ore out of that one. But the nice thing about being on weird space planets is that we probably have like a really good supply of rocks laying around. I doubt that we're going to spend a lot of time freaking out about where we're going to get more rock. Luckily, we appear to be near a vein of this stuff, which, as I understand it, is fairly rare. If I could get like 2 more materials, we can make ourselves another RTG, and that gives us a native 10 power being generated while we're sleeping and everything else. When we're not being active, we actually are able to get more power going on. Come on, I just need 1 more nuclear material. That's all that I need. 1 more, please. Let me have it. Ugh, base is losing oxygen again. Son of a bitch! Alright, let me run back over here and we'll fix this problem. There we go. We have a base harvest right there. That was probably not worth the water that went into that project. I'll be honest with you, I was expecting at least 10 out. If I gotten like 9 out, it would have been like right on the edge of useful. So if I wanted to make the water tank, that takes one of these big wires. It takes a component. Yeah, I can do that. That's not too bad. I think that's definitely workable. We'll see if maybe we can pick up some rainfall or something. So I need to put the stones back in there. We'll throw the grass up in there so that's all good to go. I've got an extra nuclear material just waiting. And I need one of those big wires. But aside from that, we should be golden for making that happen. I'm hungry again, so we'll eat some food, make a big wire, and now that I have a big wire, I can make my water supply. So there, in fact, I can make 2 water supplies. I'll see how 1 water supply functions first, but if I need 2 water supplies, we'll make it happen. Hopefully I don't have to refill these manually with like bottles of water, otherwise it's just going to turn into a scavenger fest, and that's not something that I'm intensely interested in doing. There we go, a little bit more water to be had. So hopefully this thing gathers water. That's my hope. If it gathers water, that'll be great. Let me get this nuclear material going too before the lights go out and we run out of... Before we run out of power, inevitably. Oh, it takes 3 of them to get it done. I thought it took 2 of them to make one of those. All right. I can live with that. It's not something that I'm gonna... Not something I'm gonna freak out about. A little bit of ice right there. Probably not gonna plant any new plants until I know how this is all going to work. So we have 200 water storage right now. I'm going to wait and see how rainfall affects this. Hopefully it collects from rainfall. If it collects from rainfall and it makes this an automated process, this will become vastly more useful to us for growing food. However, if I have to keep manually dumping water on each of these, it's going to suck, and it's not something that I'm really looking forward to. So there you go. Not a lot of stuff to do tonight. We are draining off a little bit of power down here. I'll probably get a few more metal plates crafted so that that's all nice and done. But from there, we look to be fairly self-sufficient at the moment. I'm thinking the next most logical thing to hit up is creating a garage. So let's do that now. We'll build a garage for ourselves. I don't know how large this is going to be or if it's just going to take up the normal space that everything else takes up. But I'm going to attach a garage to here. And there we go. What can I do with the garage? I can build a buggy. So I need an engine, I need 3 components, and I need 3 plates. Let's get the components done now before we have to worry about it later. So there's 3 components. Oh no, I've done something stupid. I've produced way too many components. Alright. Well, we've still got plates, so that's good. We just got to produce an engine now. And with the engine, we've got that situated. Oh, the engine's already good to go, so I did need those extra components, so who cares? We got that done. That's going to give us an auto airlock. We've also got a medical bay. I haven't taken any injuries yet, so I'm not exactly sure how all-encompassing that's going to be. But we'll get a buggy, because that'll allow us to travel a little bit faster and actually put paws on the ground a little bit more effectively. And so if I get inside the buggy, alright. That's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie to you. I like this a lot. So do I just park it back over here? Like, how do I get out? Our base is losing. I'm just going to park it right there because we got repairs that need to be done. Get some oxygen refilled, and that should allow us. Can I put things inside the buggy? Can I get into the back of it? I can't get inside the back of it. Okay, but it'll be useful for getting further away and scavenging more materials. Fix that problem the second that it popped up by accidentally clicking. And we've got the things on us that we need right now in order to get out there into the field and make stuff happen. So let's buggy on up. We will take our buggies to the west. Oh my god, we're so speedy. I assume that if I crash it into things, it's probably not good for the buggy. Probably hurts it a little bit. We'll stick to straight cardinal directions for right now. A little bit more water over here. I'm going to pick it up just because I don't know when it's going to rain next. I'm hoping that we get a little bit of that action where as it rains, we'll end up with more and more water building up in the tanks, and it'll go straight on over and be useful to our plant supply. That's what I'm hoping, is it'll be just automated and we won't have to worry about it. Come on, continue on drilling. Let's do our thing. Drill away, little baby kitty. Do your thing in space. Come on. There you go, baby kitty. Nice job. Very well done. On this side, we will go ahead and chisel away at this because a little bit of extra metal is never something that I will turn down. It's useful to me. It's useful to me, and so, you know, there are more supplies and things that I want to build in order for our base to be more badass. In addition, I'll probably convert a lot of this stone over into cobbles so that we can start paving everything and making it look all nice and aesthetically pleasing. I need food, so there we go. And then with our drill, we'll get that banged out, and then we'll jump into the buggy. And I don't know if the buggy restores... Maybe it restores oxygen? That'd be pretty sweet if it did. That'd be like life-changingly awesome, but I'm not going to hedge my bets and risk my life on it. Or even if oxygen just didn't go down while you were inside of it, I would accept that as a possible criteria too. Perfect. Good stuff over here. I am going to hit those scrap piles up there and see if maybe it's a possibility that... I don't know what these plants do. I think they must just be assets that are in the game because I think this is in development. Like, I think this thing is moving along at the moment, and so maybe they're just things that don't give you anything yet. Okay, I'll take scrap metal, but it's not what I wanted. It'd be cool if you could convert scrap metal and stuff into the components you need as well at like a huge marked up rate. So like 15 of them, you know, will produce like one component, or 15 of them will produce one electronics. Just so you have something to do with all these ridiculous quantities of... Seriously, because I end up with way too much scrap metal, and I haven't really found anything that it's useful for yet, aside from like the intro to the game, where you're first starting to put things together. Got that dust and got that debris. Cool. I mean, I think of these as more as like gambling piles than anything else. You gamble that you'll get like electronics or components out most of the time. And maybe that's the intended design. I don't know. Ow. My buggy got smacked. Well, I definitely don't like that. Oof. Almost endoed. There we go. Work my way around there and head on back to base in our little space cruiser thing. Alright, so let's hop on out. I assume that you can't repair this yet. If you can... Ooh, my oxygen levels are like dangerously low right now. Yeah, let's get refilled back on up. While I'm here, I will take that. I will take many of these things out. We will convert the water over real quick after this. Water supply does not appear to have gone up, but then again, we haven't had any rain yet either, so... What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I will take this water, and I'll see if I can dump it into the tank before anything else. I want to see if it'll go into the tank. Oh, we've got wind. Crazy. Does that hurt my health? Or can I be hit by rocks or anything like that? I wonder if there's going to be guns in, like, combat in this game. So it doesn't look like it's used on that. So my assumption is that it collects from rainwater then. Oof. Power's out. That's not good. That's really, really not good. I don't like that at all. That is downright troublesome. Let's make some cobbles. There we go. Grind out a whole bunch of cobbles while we wait for the power to come back. Oh, I can push the vehicle. He's a mighty cat. He's a strong-ass cat. He's a cat who's known all across the land as a buggy pusher. Buggy pusher! Okay. That works out. Let's wait this thing out. It actually looks to me as though our solar panels are not working. That's a concern because we need oxygen, so maybe I gotta clean these. Ah, there we go. We gotta clean them off. So there it is. They pick up debris from the actual wind. That's a cool little mechanic. I like that. I can see that being like a fun little thing that you've got to contend with along the way. It's making me a bunch of pavement over here, so I can live with that too. Let's put down some pavement. There we go. Make this base look a little bit nicer. We're going to need a lot more pavement, though, if that's how it's going to work. Perfecto. So now our base is starting to look like home. Starting to look like that good-ish right now. I will continue to hydrate these because I don't know how long it's going to be before we get rain. But we do have nuclear material right now, so I may be able to do something with that. Let me grab my wires. We'll grab my plates. I've already got a bunch of ore stocked up in here. I will get this stuff crafting so we can make a second RTG. And then once our RTG is all up and moving, there we go. We'll get that doing its thing. Base is losing oxygen. How dare it? How dare it lose oxygen? It's probably losing it up here. Yeah. There we go. Fix that real quick before this goes any more wrong. Let it generate some more oxygen. I'm assuming at some point we're going to need more oxygen generation too. So with our RTG, we need 2 components. It's doable. I think that's definitely workable. But I'm going to need some more plates in order to make it happen. So let's keep those crafting for the rest of the day. Never have enough metal plates, weirdly enough. Never have enough ingots. Metal plates that are inside of here. I've already got 1 component, so that'll save me a little bit of trouble. Let me water my plants real fast, and then I have noticed we're not generating oxygen quite as quickly. I may need a second oxygen scrubber to really sell this thing home. I need a second one of those. That looks good, and as far as the RTG is concerned, there it is. We'll get ourselves a second RTG. I'm actually going to tear down my entire power supply real quick so that we can rearrange it in a way that's aesthetically pleasing, because that matters to me. We'll put that right there. These will all go out right here, and we should have pretty considerable power generation at this point. It should be doing a pretty good job. I'm thinking a couple more batteries after this are probably the best way to go, but I mean, we don't like 100% need them. We can get some wires. We got wires. We'll get some components. More wires. Got a battery right there, so that's good. And then 2 more plates to be crafted over here. So there it is. We've used up all of our ore for now. I'm also going to try and get this stuff crafting. Oh, good. We've got a harvest over here. We also got a seed back at no cost to ourselves. I will grab that seed. We'll put that inside of there. We don't have any water left, so that's a problem. But, oh good, our base is leaking. I can hear it. There we go. All nice and fixed. I think we need another air purifier. I think our volume is getting too large inside of here, and so it's having trouble with the strain. Let's get the second battery up, though, for our battery bank. Oh, yeah, I can't put that right there. Okay, well, can I dig up this concrete? Yeah, dig up the concrete right there so that we can put another battery bank down. And now that we're all battery banked up, we should be generating power pretty quickly on this one. We might need a little bit more, but we've got enough at this point to keep like 4 cells of our base open just using RTG power, which is great. A couple more plates right there, and what was I going to do? I was going to do something over here, and I forget what I was going to do. Oh, I was going to make another oxygen scrubber. We need 2 components. We need a circuitry for that. So we'll make one of you. We'll make one of you. And then if we need that, we need 4 plates, 2 components. Okay. I know what we need now. We're not going to be able to do that today. We're very hungry at the moment. Let me get that fixed. And then put you guys... Oh, we have 4 of those. We actually have what we need. So if I take components then... I think that was everything I needed? I don't know. I got to look at the crafting list one more time. For an oxygen scrubber, yeah. That's going to take a little while to craft. And so anyways, this game is called Mewnbase. There's not a whole lot to the game right now, but it is a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing its development continue and seeing like what comes out and what happens with all of it. I think you guys will like this game. And so if you want to do a little bit of base building, emulate what I did here, let me know. If you want to see more episodes, let me know in the comments as well. I'll do my best to monitor that and keep an eye on it, okay? Mewnbase, out. I will see you all later.